Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? I'm doing okay. This morning we're going to once again revisit my first ever CD I released called Songs in My Head. And the song I wrote called Twas almost 30 years ago. Back in the early '00s, I was just starting to get into songwriting again, and I was thinking back to something that indeed happened at that time, almost 30 years ago, back in the 1970s. Song is about an event that occurred one day. My dad came home with this. First ever guitar I had. As you can see, I've played it a lot over the years. You got this little sort of Willie Nelson hole there, sort of trying to make an appearance. I eventually got an instrument that was more appropriate for folk music, a steel string guitar. This is a classical style, but my dad brought it home one day, and he said that one of his customers, he was a plumber, one of his customers didn't want it anymore, and so he took it home, and I immediately started fooling around with it, and he asked me if I wanted to take lessons, and I said, sure, why not? So fast forward again to the early '00s when I'm trying to get back into songwriting. I wanted to write a song for my dad, because I couldn't remember ever really saying thank you. I probably did, but I just couldn't remember. So I wanted to write a song to say thank you, and this is the song that came out. I played it for him on a combination birthday and Father's Day present back in the early '00s. So, without further ado, "'Twas almost 30 years ago you brought home this guitar and gave it to us to play with for a while. We didn't always take good care of our things, but you love the way that guitar made me smile. I don't know if you thought that we would keep it, or if you ever thought it would make it this far. And I don't remember if I ever said, hey Dad, thanks for this guitar. He asked me if I wanted to take lessons, learn to play, though you knew I didn't always study hard. But you paid for lessons gladly till my high school days were through, and I got pretty good at playing this guitar. Don't know if you thought I'd learn to play it well, or if you ever thought it would make it this far. I don't remember if I ever said, hey Dad, thanks for this guitar. You used to make some music of your own when you had time, but you never had much time to learn to play. Didn't always like the kind of music that I played, through some hard times in my life this far along, but you stood by me through the bad times along the way. Now you sit in the kitchen and listen to me play this old guitar, and tell me I sound good when I sing and play. I don't know if you think I play more than I should, or if I'll never make it very far. But I'll take the time to say it now in case I done forgot. Hey Dad, thanks for this guitar. Hey Dad, thanks for this guitar. Two other things I want to say about the song. First one is that it's one of the rare recordings of the band I was playing in from about it was around 2002, 2003 to about 2012, I think. It broke up. I was playing in a rock oldies band, Aged to Perfection, and that is the band Aged to Perfection on that. Back when I was working on this CD, I was also trying to talk the other guys in Aged to Perfection to also having an Aged to Perfection CD featuring what few original songs we could do. We did mostly, covers of songs from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, but I talked them into doing a few originals, and I wanted to have an Aged to Perfection CD as well as a Jim Brentar solo CD, but I could never get the guys in the band to really commit to finishing it and putting it out. But I still have the recordings that we made, and that's one of them. And it was originally a different song I was going to put on my solo CD that when I listened to it after the recording was done, I just decided, no, this song isn't working right now. I need something to take its place. Is it okay if I put, one of the Aged to Perfection songs on there? And nobody objected, so I did. Second thing I want to say about the song is that I was kind of hesitant to include it in this music series, not because it's bad. It's a song that I think is good and that I feel very positive about. But of all the songs I've ever written and recorded, this one has probably seen more light of day than any other song I've written, because it's a radio station up here in Cleveland, WRUW-FM, college radio station from Case Western Reserve University, where I got to know a few of the DJs over the years, and one of the DJs, Mr. J.E.G., has a show on Thursday nights laying down tracks, and every year in around Father's Day, he has his Father's Day show where he plays a whole selection of songs about fatherhood, and he always plays that song on the radio, so it's gotten more radio airplay than any song I've ever recorded, which is still not a ton, and WRUW does not have a huge listener base, but so I was reluctant to include it because it has seen the light of day. It's seen a lot of light of day, but I figured I might as well try to go down the list in order to the extent I can. I'm probably going to skip some along the way, but anyway, that's where I'm at. Song I titled "Twas Almost 30 Years Ago," and I think we're done for today. Have a good one, everybody.